And this one's... No. Can't share it now. Let's be instant. And what I love about pod coffee... Are you shaking your head? So people often ask me how I got started in business, and when I think about it, I think I've been an entrepreneur since birth. But I don't know why and I don't know how, because I grew up in this poor hippie family with no business background whatsoever. Not quite that hippie, but pretty close. Anyway, I had this natural attraction to entrepreneurship even before I knew what it was. So when I was a little boy, I'd help my father with chores around the house, but I also started selling origami to my mum's friends. And I quickly realised they didn't really care about the origami, but the real commodity was cuteness. They loved it. Between then and now, I've started a number of different businesses, and I can tell you one thing. As the cuteness wore off, it became so much more difficult. I've got a lot of stories, both good and bad. If you're interested, follow us on social media and you'll hear all about it. Where I've ended up in life is with this deep passion for coffee. And yes, coffee is a drug and it has caffeine and it keeps you going throughout the day. But if you strip all that away, coffee really just enhances moments, and that's what I love about it. So think about coffee on the weekend with friends, or the afternoon break at work. Whatever it is, coffee enhances that moment. And what I love about pod coffee is it creates more of those moments. Because let's be honest, instant coffee isn't really enhancing anything. I don't think I've actually sat on this couch before. It was my love for pod convenience that led me to become the first person in Australia to launch Nespresso compatible pods. So even though Urban Brew is a new brand, the people behind the scenes aren't new to this at all. We've been one of Australia's leading packers of pods for years. We've been presented a bunch of awards, and we've even featured on Kochie's Business Builders. I thought that was going to be my big break on TV. Oh well. We roast our own coffee, we pack our own pods, we wholesale to Australia's largest retailers, and we export to 15 countries. But once my little boy came along, something changed in me. I started to think more about the future beyond just my life, and I started to become concerned about all these pods going into waste. We've always made recyclable pods, but I knew for Urban Brew we had to do more than this. Biodegradable pods have been around for years, which is great, but they've never really taken off. The reason is, for this added benefit, there's a higher cost. And from my personal experience, people just aren't willing to pay extra for this, or they can't afford to. To make this project work, I decided we needed to put the best ethically sourced coffee we could find into biodegradable pods and strip away every other cost we could to make sure everyone can afford to do the right thing. This meant going back to basics with the packaging, which I was really excited about, but also giving up a few unnecessary luxuries, which I was a little bit less excited about, and giving up a few necessary luxuries, which I can't even pretend to be excited about. But in all seriousness, there are two big factors that set us aside from the competition and allow us to offer such amazing value. One, you're buying direct from us, the producer, meaning it's super fresh and there's no middleman jacking up the price. And two, we have the smallest marketing budget in the world. No George Clooney, we can't even afford his lookalike. Yeah, that's his lookalike. We can't even afford that guy. But instead, we're going to rely entirely on wowing our customers so much with every single order, they can't help but tell their friends about us. This is my passion project, and I hope you enjoy it.